Hello there, and welcome to Babbling.
With the boys.
I made a lemon meringue pie this week for the first time,
Oh my god.
and I think it is simply amazing how diverse eggs are. I know I'm like cringing out all of the vegans right now, but like you can make it into a patty and put it in a breakfast sandwich, or you can make it into an omelet and then it's like the bun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh, I didn't think about it like that. Eggs are like buns.
And
Almonds
then
are like egg buns.
And I was making meringue, which is like egg whites that you just like whip until it becomes a whipped cream kind of substance.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then if you bake meringue, it becomes paella.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or not paella. Paella is the rice thing. Pavlova.
Why do you
That's
know
what it
so
is.
much about meringue?
I don't know that much about meringue. I've just watched the Great Canadian Baking Show, but okay.
My name's Spencer the Chef. Spencer Fleming, Spicy Flem. Y'all remember Cake Boss?
Yes.
Sugar. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, honey.
Number one. Number one. Do your shoulders like this. Ooh, ooh. Do your shoulders like this. Ooh. Oh, you're doing a subtle shoulder. Oh, he's going. He's going. Yeah, okay. So my number one, obviously, if you couldn't tell from my stunned silence, was the last scene in Ratatouille. I feel like such a basic bitch now. To me, the reason I really like this scene is because, he's like, even Chef Skinner or whatever's there, and he's like, Ratatouille, like this like little vegetable peasant food, like out of the surface. And it says so much about like food, as an art form. It's like, it's not just what we're eating, but it's like what that means to you and how it is in itself an expression. This scene, he eats it, sucks back into his own head. We go inside of his eyes, right to like when he was a kid. And he's like, Mama! He's a little ego eating his ratatouille, and he's like, I must talk to the chef, and then he has to wait till the restaurant closes. And I love that like montage. He's just sitting there, and he's smiling at first, and he's like, and he just starts like swirling the wine around.
Mm-hmm. Has like 2 balls of wine next.
Yeah,
to him.
and then they bring him out, and he's like, at first he thought we were joking, but then as we explained, his smile faded, and he thanked us for the meal, and he left. And it's like that, and then he writes that review that closes the anyone can cook thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
So good.
It's so good. It's such a good scene. First of all, the food itself looks scrumptious, but the actual like meaning of that's one of the rare scenes I think in films with like a food scene that actually is integral to the meaning, story, and feeling of the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's actually so interconnected with what the film is saying that it is the film itself. Hence Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of already talked about it, so I don't have like too much to say now. But
I rewatched the scene, and, and when she's like, Ratatouille, that's a peasant food. I'm like, I don't even have a concept of like what peasant food like would be compared to regular food. Like I just eat whatever.
there's like food, I think they're meaning historically in the times of monarchy, there's like foods that were associated with royalty and foods that are associated with farmers, which is why Ratatouille is probably one, because it's like a vegetable stew. And people were probably growing vegetables, right? So it's like, oh, peasant food or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe it's a French thing.
Hierarchical. There's stuff like that in the Black community too, where it's like, we like stuff like pig's feet and souse and stuff, and it's like, well, the reason we like that is because like slave masters would only give us like the feet and like snout of a pig, and we just made like meals with that are tasty. But the reason we have those is because that's what we were given and that's what we were taught to make. So it's like food itself has like history and all sorts of stuff. I'm learning something today.
Yeah. The more you know on Babbling with the Boys. We're really breaking it down here. That was wow. Have you had pig's feet before?
Salps? Oh, I love salps, bro.
I have had pig's feet before.
I recommend it. Sorry, that's the sound of me. I'm trying to get the ice. There's ice in this bottle. Can't get it. Oh, the straw fell out.
I was thinking of just being like the entirety of the platform. No, I'm kidding. There are a few food scenes. Like if you look at the list, like there's one that like where it's a challenge to actually eat the food. Eating the food is the challenge. Pulp Fiction, where the food is kind of like a catalyst of him asserting his dominance. Goodfellas, where like the food is like the distraction and like the juxtaposition of the hominess juxtaposed with the murder.
It's that, and it's also, I think, it's greed, it's gluttony, food, in a lot of mafia movies.
And then Ratatouille, where it's actually just like indulging in like the actual making of the food.
Yeah.
I decided to do one where like the actual eating of the food is like such a dramatic point in the movie. Like whether to eat or not to eat, that is the question. And that is the question of Phantom Thread.
Oh, obviously it's a Zoink, but I forgot about this.
This is a huge spoiler if you haven't seen Phantom Thread.
Big ass spoiler.
If you don't want to get spoiled, skip to the end. It's about this this dressmaker, this designer, this clothing designer, played by Daniel Day-Lewis, and his wife, and their relationship, and their turmoils in their relationship, because he kind of is like indifferent to her. But when he's not indifferent to her is when he's sick.
Right, because now he's dependent on her.
Mm-hmm. So one time, to get back at him, she kind of like picked not like kind of poisonous mushrooms and put in his food. And he got sick and she took care of him, and their love blossomed through that. And he's gotten off the rails again. Ignore her and not give her the time of day, the time that she deserves. And so she does it again. But she does it right in front of him. And he knows that she did it. He eats it anyway. He starts chewing. There's maybe a hunch that something's up. And then she says, I want you flat on your back, needing my help.
Mm-hmm.
Helpless and open. You won't die, but you maybe will want to die. And then he swallows and says, let me kiss you before I'm sick. And that's the end of the movie. It's the renegotiation of a whole entire relationship. And the revelation that they have now figured out a way to please each other, to get what they want from each other in a very weird and very twisted way by eating some poison mushrooms.
It's like, for you to want me, I need you to need me. That's enough. Did you do that to Roxanne? Is that why?
Yep, I did. I did that to Roxanne.
Gave her some
poison
gave her some mushrooms.
This is when I was watching this movie, I was like, this is a pretty good movie. This is like some like it's a little bit slow, but like it has its like big moments. And this is a huge moment. It's like the Christoph Waltz, like wait for the creme, but like
the way you say it every time, it gets you.
But they're both in the power position. They're both, you think one has the power over the other, but then you realize that person wants it that way. That person is consenting to this poisoning. It's a mutual agreement to keep their relationship going. What is this movie? It's
like I know what it's saying, but I don't know if I agree with it.
What do you mean you don't know what it's saying? You know what it's saying. What does it mean?
It's a lot about compliance and how much of a role we have to play in our own things that we want to keep going. So you kind of submit or take power. It depends on like what side you're looking at it, saying like, oh, it takes two to tango, that kind of thing.
But I'm not sure if he's like, if he's settling. If he's like, okay, you can poison me. It seems like
No,
these people have just found out that they are perfect for one another.
yes, but like in the most toxic way ever. Literally.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying though. Do you want those type of people to be together? Well, in the context of the story, or even in like real life, you always see like everyone has those friends that should not be together, but they're together, and you're like, why are you guys together? This is horrible. And then you realize, oh, because they're the only two people that could stoop to that level.
Mm-hmm.
They need each other, and then you're like, it's none of my business, but this is horrible.
It's such a great ending to a movie. Like it just like turns the tables on you in such a crazy way, and it's all through the food. It's all through, do I eat or do I not eat this poisonous mushroom?
Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that he knows too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have done it like a lesser film would have had like he didn't know or something. Mm-hmm. And then like he tells him like after he already is eaten. But no, they make it like a decision for him.
The climactic choice for I think his name's like Reynold Bellbottom or something.
Something like that. And we don't see the resolution of this choice.
Played by Daniel Day-Lewis, who is now content to make shoes for the rest of his career or something.
Weird dude, but also awesome.
Weird dude, but also when he brings out a performance, it's a haymaker.
That haymakers that connect.
He didn't get an Oscar for this one though, as far as I remember.
I don't think he did, which is pretty crazy. And then again, I don't remember what else came out that year.
I think Gary Oldman won that year. See, Phantom Thread was 2017, which was against Gary Oldman's The Darkest Hour.
Which is crazy good too.
That's a crazy good movie. We should figure out a way to talk about that movie because I
would love to talk about it. So.
Gary Oldman, John Lithgow, both great Churchills.
Yeah.
What's some other stuff that you had?
Oh, that I was thinking about?
Yeah, those honorable mentions.
Bruce! I'm so happy you brought that up. Bruce Bogtrotter.
You'll get in the... What is it called? What is that little cupboard called?
Oh, the shit with the spikes?
Yeah.
And the nails?
It's called like the squishy or like the slammer or something.
The squishy? It's not the squishy. Hold on. The chokey. I was looking it up and I remembered it as I started looking it up. The chokey.
Yeah. You're all going to the chokey.
Chokey, yeah. Oh, you know what was good?
What?
When she's like going to drink that water or whatever, and the lizard like pops out, or the gecko or whatever.
Oh, that's perfect.
Or it was a newt. It's a newt. And she's like, oh boy. I would like to reach up my hand, oh, sad, oh, down, oh, it's the song that plays when she's making those pancakes.
On my way.
Yeah.
On my way. Like that and Deo from Beetlejuice.
One of the classic scenes. Daddy, Mr. Daddy Man, Daddy Banana, daylight come red. What the hell is this episode?
Where's I'll have what she's having? They like didn't even eat in that scene.
No, they didn't. Also, there's like a movie trivia game that I played the other day, and it was like, what salad was Sally eating? And I was like, who the hell knows? They don't even eat it.
She orders it weird though. She's like, can I get like croutons like cut in half again, and like the sauce on like the dressing on the side, and like the lettuce like peeled off the bush or whatever. Where does
peel off the bush? All right, everybody, you've been listening to Babbling
with the boys. Get yourself some good food.
Yeah.
Put some sriracha sauce in it, and put some actual hot sauce in it as well. And
yes.
Spicy.
Keep it spicy, guys. Spicy. It's not spicy, Jovi.
Let's go make some baba ganoush.
Woke up this morning, got some gabagool.